Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Trev back again. This time I'm going to be bringing you an MMA prediction video for UFC 121, Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez. So we just finished seeing last month UFC 116, Brock Lesnar against Shane Carwin, and it didn't disappoint. It was a great fight. It didn't go the way I thought it would, or a lot of guys thought it would. Most people thought that Shane Carwin would take the fight, but as it turns out, Brock Lesnar was able to make a come-from-behind victory, come back after a vicious beating he took the first round. Shane Carwin throwing like hundreds, I don't know how many hundred, probably like 300 punches at Lesnar and landing probably about, a half of them or a quarter of them. And, second round they come out and Shane Carwin doesn't have anything left in the tank, and Brock Lesnar takes him down, submits him. So Brock Lesnar staying the UFC heavyweight champ, and now we're on to the next one with Cain Velasquez. So what does Cain Velasquez bring to the table that Shane Carwin didn't? Basically, Cain Velasquez is pretty much on equal standing with Lesnar as far as the wrestling goes. But he's different, and he's different in the way whereas Cain Velasquez, he's not quite as strong as Lesnar. I mean, you can tell just by looking at them. He's about 20 or 30 pounds lighter than Lesnar. Probably about, I'd say he's about, after the weight cut, probably 35, 40 pounds actually when you look at it, lighter than Lesnar. And most of that's going to be upper body muscle. Lesnar's legs aren't that powerful. They are, but his upper body is really where Lesnar has got a lot of his muscle, as we all know. The other main difference between their styles of wrestling is that Brock Lesnar's conditioning is not nearly as good as Cain Velasquez's. Because he carries the extra muscle, he's got the extra weight, his conditioning isn't quite as good as Velasquez's. Cain Velasquez has the best conditioning in the heavyweight division. That guy can throw punches for hours. That guy can wrestle for hours. He can outlast anybody in the heavyweight division. It doesn't matter. So the question in this fight really comes down to whether or not that is going to become, those two things are going to become a, have a big effect on it. Whether or not Cain Velasquez is going to be able to make it out of the first or second round, and if he can, then he's probably got the advantage going on with his conditioning. Just never tiring, that constant in your face endurance, that just crazy endurance that Cain Velasquez brings might prove to be a considerable challenge for Lesnar. However, I do think that in the last fight we learned quite a bit from Lesnar. We learned that guy has an iron chin. Iron. If Shane Carwin could not knock out Brock Lesnar, Cain Velasquez is not going to be able to either, basically in the same way. What's going to end up happening is if Cain Velasquez is going to win this fight, it's probably going to be either he's able to just pound on him for 3 or 4 rounds until he finally does end it and knock him out, or we could see something along the lines of him getting knocked down and Cain just kind of putting him in like some kind of crucifix or north-south position, something like that, and kind of getting in the mess there and just pounding down on Lesnar, which is possible too. We could see that. However, I do think that Brock Lesnar and Cain Velasquez, as far as the wrestling goes, is going to be fairly even. I don't think that Brock Lesnar is going to be able to take Cain Velasquez down with ease. I think it will be hard for him, but I think it does have a slight advantage early on in the wrestling. Later on, I think Velasquez has an advantage. So in the first 2.5, 3 rounds, we're probably going to be looking at Brock Lesnar having the advantage in the wrestling. After that, it's going to be Cain Velasquez who's going to have the advantage in the wrestling. So that being said, this is basically the way I see it going. Either Brock Lesnar wins in the first 3 rounds, or Cain Velasquez with his cardio and conditioning takes over and wins the fight after that. If we go to a decision, it's probably going to be Cain Velasquez. If the fight is stopped, it's probably going to be Brock Lesnar. Now, surprisingly, I'm going to pick Lesnar in this fight. I bet against him last time, and I'm not going to do it again. At least not until he shows that he is not that good. Right now, he looks like he's pretty much unstoppable. He got his ass kicked by Shane Carwin, and he didn't go away, and he came back and won. So I think that against Cain Velasquez, I don't really think that Cain's going to be bringing anything that Shane Carwin didn't, aside from that crazy cardio. So I'm going to pick Brock Lesnar with this fight. I'm going to say that Brock Lesnar is going to win by submission in the first round against Velasquez. And if not, that's about a 70% chance, 30% chance for Cain Velasquez to either win in the 4th or 5th round or to grind out a decision. Okay guys, that's my prediction video for Brock Lesnar against Cain Velasquez. Peace.